What's up guys, NightChasers here and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're doing drift truck stuff. This is Buck the drift truck. The 91 or 2, 5-speed, 350, 2-wheel drive, single cab, short bed, step side piece of crap that I picked up for 500 bucks. And the day after I picked it up, it blew a head. It's got a brand new taillight in there, it's not sitting right. And it's a turd, man. But it's going in the garage and it's getting some parts. So I need to hurry up with this video before it overheats because it leaks coolant into the combustion chamber. I don't know how it hasn't seized the engine yet, but yep, 287,000 miles on it. But I know that I did some research somewhere that, oh, it's so bad. I did some research somewhere that GM never put 350s behind manuals besides like the four-wheel drives or something. Maybe the truck's not, maybe it was like only Camaros and Firebirds came with 305 manuals and trucks came with 350s. I don't know. Either way, I know that this is an exact, actually a 350. The guy I bought it from said that his buddy had put a 350 in it from a Suburban. I checked the head codes in the 193s, so I believe that's 350 heads. I know that they're Swirlport heads, TBI stuff, but yeah, so the plan is, now it's sitting in the garage, it's hanging way out because its garage isn't long enough, but so we got a tarp door. Man, this thing sucks. But the plan is Vortec heads, carb intake, carb, and simplify it. So like I'm gonna pull the heads off of it, pull the whole tap end off. The long tubes, I got some long tubes for it over here that I was going to try to work on the other OBS, but they won't hit, or they hit the axle, they won't fit. So they're going to go on this. Long tubes, exhaust, carb intake, Vortec heads, new gaskets, and then like get rid of everything besides the alternator, the water pump, and the power steering. Clean it up a little bit, keep it looking shitty because, well, it's not made to look good. So I was just jacking the old Buck the drift truck up, and a hockey puck fell out from somewhere. So I guess it's time to find where the hockey puck goes. A cab mount, or maybe the trans mount, I don't know. Cool, random hockey puck. Last head bolt. Yeah, cool. These head bolts, all these head bolts from here back spit coolant out. So stupid. Everything seems to be pretty decent on this motor. It's really clean. I know that the clean cylinders are the ones with the head gasket leak. But the sidewalls look good. The pistons look good. It looks really good. I'm also pretty ignorant to like knowing what to look for when I have the heads off of a small block. I know I see this printing on there. That. I don't know what that means. So I have to do some research. Maybe it's been rebuilt. I don't know. Or maybe it's just all the stock stuff and it's just actually a 100,000 mile motor and it's really clean. But I'm gonna do some cleaning on it and some research, and then I gotta find a roller lump stick, which my buddy has, I believe. And I'm gonna get that and the carb. I'm probably just gonna run a new water pump while I'm in it and start collecting parts and putting her back together. So I have decided against doing any of the roller cam stuff, the water pump and like the timing gear and the rocker arms and all that stuff for now because of this. I have way too many projects right now, and the time it would take for me to get all the parts together to do everything and everything machined down to handle it, this truck would be here for a couple weeks. This video would take forever to get done, and I would end up losing motivation because that's how I am. So for now, I just bolted these Vortec heads on, and I'm just going to throw it back together with all the stupid junk that I have, get it running on the carb setup, get the headers on it, and then work on the lowering kit. I just want to get it running and driving. I'm still going to go get the cam kit, the LT4 roller cam kit. I'm going to go get 1/6 full roller rocker arms that my buddy has. I'm going to order... Alright, so an update. The day before startup, as you can see, some stuff changed. I'm not running the long tubes, and the shorties that I got off Bob wouldn't work. So I got these block hugger headers off a buddy, and I flipped them because I could not get a header to fit. So we can get it real quick between the slave spot right there and the frame, that little gap. So I'm just gonna run some shorty mufflers, like some bullets or something, out the hood, pretty much level with the hood. I'm not gonna have like mud truck status going on. I gotta zip tie some wires out of the way. I gotta get an AC bypass pulley. Get the shroud on for the radiator. Starter. I had the starter off because I was trying to get those headers to fit. So starter's got to go on. Oil filter, oil, and water. Fuel's hooked up. Everything's hooked up. I got to put the coil on, which isn't anything. I got to plug the hole, which I'm just going to take out of that intake. And yeah, we'll be ready to start. Alright, so everything I believe is done. Oil filter's on, oil is in, starter is on, everything is together. It's got 2 gallons of water in it, needs more. I just primed the engine by cranking it over without the coil plugged in. Now it is to try firing it. Now the battery in it's a little weak, and I have another little weak battery I have jumping off of it. So I don't know if we're gonna have enough for it to start. Oh. Nope. I heard fire though. First start. Oh. We're getting somewhere, but nowhere. I really need to hook up the throttle cable, but I can't. Alright. Whoa. I need to hook up the throttle cable. Gosh dang it. I need to figure out the throttle cable. So my problem is, let me turn this thing off. Alright. So, the problem is, I don't have a bracket that works. Right? There's the throttle cable. Here's the throttle cable right now. Right? So I have it zip tied shut so it'll just go blowing wide open. Now I don't have a way to get it so it can open. Maybe I can just zip tie it. I'm gonna try to zip tie it. Alright, so zip tie technician, the ghetto rigging. I've zip tied the cable to work, and then I've zip tied, I don't have a throttle spring. I need to go to the store tomorrow and get an adjustable or an aftermarket bracket and throttle spring, return spring. So I have a limiting strap. So I can't go, so it won't just like go wide open and go boom, you know? So now that there's fuel in it, it should start. And then hopefully I have enough gas to keep it idling, running. Let's see. It needs timing. Alright, so one last final start for the night. Cool. Okay, so let's hop out of this turd. Here's what we got going. I need throttle bracket, return spring, one more cherry bomb, a couple more just little odds and ends, and I forgot about that. So I tried getting the coolant temp out of the old intake and wasn't the same size. So need to get a plug for that. And yeah, it'll be I'm going to get more water in it, get the fan shut on it, get the fan on it and all that. It'll be ready to drive around tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain, so that super sucks. But at least it'll be ready for the next nice day. Alright, so we got the throttle return spring on and the bracket, and it's plugged, and as I've tried the plug wires out of the way. I also picked up a timing light so I can try to set the timing, but it sounds really close right now, which is nice, so I'm going to try to start it again. Keep it running. Alright, so I started looking and I realized I didn't plug any of the vacuum ports. So the brake booster is now hooked up. I plugged the other ports and should idle good. Whoa. Let's see how she does now. Look at that. Sweet. All right, so ending it for tonight. Tomorrow I need to go get another cherry bomb. The one I had was 3-inch and I need 2.5, and the box is labeled wrong. So I got to return that, get a 2.5-inch to finish that side tomorrow when the AutoZone opens. I got to make a radiator mount, and I think that's it. Swap wheels and tires. Once I swap wheels and tires on it, get the exhaust on and radiator mount, we're good to go for a test drive. All right, well, both mufflers are on. We're gonna see how she sounds. Hopefully not loud, terribly loud. Oh, perfect. It's not even that loud. Now the thing is, I need to be able to shut the hood. So it's time to sawzall. Well, there it is. I did a really fast cut because I hated it. And I just want to get this thing done because I don't care about aesthetics right now. And man, this is terrible. But it's perfect. So the plan is eventually I want to get like a nice... well, a poopy, used fiberglass cowl hood, and then actually like measure out some holes and cut them for that. But this is pretty sweet. I'm excited. All right, so first drive, it's going all right. It's a disaster because it's raining and my wipers won't stay on, but we're not overheating, and the oil pressure's good. So far so good. This is going well for the first drive. I gotta definitely do some tuning and some timing. So yeah, definitely a good first drive. Alright, so the truck drives pretty good. I don't have a thermostat in it. I'm not going to run a thermostat. I watched a video on Engine Masters and they did like a heat test. And the motor made a lot more power at 130 degrees versus 200 degrees. And they also did a test with a thermostat like restrictor plate where the thermostat would go. And they lost a little bit of power, so I figured no thermostat, keep it as cool as possible, just water because I'm going to run it pretty hard. I hope the motor stays together. I hope the bottom end lasts this summer at least, so I can do a bottom end over the winter. I need to do some carb tuning, mess with the timing a little bit more, but she runs and drives pretty good. I definitely got a lot of work to do. Flip the camera real quick. So this truck right here is going to be, it's the truck I got from Chad. This truck is going to be swapping suspensions with that truck. All that suspension is going on this truck, and all the suspension in this truck is going on that truck, because this has got the Beltec lowering kit. So next video of the drift truck, I'm going to be lowering it, swapping the rear end in it, and probably having the, I think I'm going to spool the rear end so I don't deal with a welded one. So going with the 4x4 6 lug rear end, 373 gear, and lowering it, getting the cab, because the cab, I'll go back over here and flip the camera. You can see the cab or the box is sagging. I think the cab is sagging. So I'm going to go through and make sure all the cab mounts are good, and motor mounts, the trans mount, lower it, rear end it. Probably put two fenders on the front, and get the whole old exhaust off the back still. Get a tack in it, because the tack revs out to like 9 grand because it's off. I think it was like, I don't know, something's wrong with the clutcher. I think it was for like a V6 truck or something. So a little bit more gauges. I'd like to get an oil temp gauge in there and a tack for sure. And it still smells like rubber. So yeah, it's I'm excited. I'm glad that it runs and drives good. I need to get spacers for the front, those front wheels, but yeah. So stay tuned for more drift truck videos. Those will be coming out pretty soon. I got to work on the white probe that's over there, back there somewhere next. Yeah, there it is. I got to work on that next. So I got a couple more things I got to do before I can get back to this truck, but I will be getting the rear end and the fenders for it. I'll be saving up some parts for it, and trying to get it ready to drift the moment the test and tune opens up. I'll try it out. Hopefully I don't just blow it all apart, because that'd be super sad. And then I think by the towards the end of the summer, I'll be doing like the full roller cam and stuff like that. So yeah, so stay tuned, like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, check the description for links to my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Facebook. I always mess that up. And I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.